Hello, hello, my fellow anglers and fishing fanatics. Your friend and fishing expert is here, bringing you the lowdown on what to expect out on the water for Saturday, January 4th, 2026. Now, before you even think about putting your boots on, let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be a real frosty one for us here in the United Kingdom, which means it will be an intriguing day indeed for those of us brave enough to face the cold. This kind of weather can be incredibly challenging, but with the right approach, it can also lead to some truly memorable catches. Stick with me, and you'll find out exactly how to turn this chilly forecast to your advantage. Let's dive straight into what you can target and how. Given the biting cold, our freshwater predators are going to be key players. My friends, on January 4th, 2026, I'd be strongly focusing on thwash, pike, and perch. For pike, you'll want to be searching those deeper, slower-moving stretches of rivers and larger lakes, especially around any significant structure like sunken trees or sharp drop-offs. The cold water slows their metabolism, so they won't be chasing lively prey vigorously. Think static dead baits, a whole small roach or smelt perhaps, fished on a ledger rig, or extremely slow-retrieved lures like soft plastics or jerkbaits that imitate a struggling fish. They are conserving energy, so a big, easy meal is what they are after. This is prime time for bigger pike as they feed through the winter months. Perch will likely be shoaled up tight in deep holes near bridges or around reed beds where there is some cover and slightly more stable water temperature. Forget the fast-moving stuff, tiny jigs, small soft plastics, or classic natural baits like a worm or a few maggots fished under a sensitive float or on a light drop-shot rig will be your best bet. Remember, scale down your tackle and your bait. They'll be finicky feeders in this cold, clear water. If you're heading to the coast, my friends, kuriks are still a fantastic winter target, especially if you can find some rough ground or fish a sandy beach after any recent storms that might have stirred up food. Big smelly baits like squid, lugworm or peeler crab on a pulley rig are the order of the day to tempt these cold water kings. Also, don't forget about whiting, and biashum dabs. They can often save a blank session when other fish are playing hard to get. Try light flapper rigs with small hooks and baits like lugworm, ragworm, or strips of mackerel for whiting, particularly during the darker hours. Dabs can be found on sandy beaches and estuaries, taking small pieces of black lugworm or squid strips on light ledger rigs. Now for the nitty-gritty, the conditions analysis. Weather-wise, January 4th, 2026 is looking exceptionally cold. Our forecast for parts of the United Kingdom, specifically areas like Dumfries and Galloway, indicates daytime temperatures will be between a chilly 19 and 28 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -7 to -2 degrees Celsius. This is significantly below the typical January average for the UK, where we usually see highs around 7 degrees Celsius or 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and lows around 1 degree Celsius or 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Expect clear, sunny skies during the day and clear nights. This usually means a stable, high-pressure system, which can often make fish a bit sluggish and hold deeper. Humidity will be around 80%. Wind speeds in January typically range between 5 and 16 miles per hour, but with these air temperatures, that wind will feel much colder, so dress warmly. Water temperatures. Across our rivers and lakes will be extremely cold, likely hovering in the low single digits Celsius. Coastal sea temperatures will be a bit milder, generally ranging between 5 and 11 degrees Celsius. This cold water massively slows down fish metabolism, meaning they're less active and less inclined to chase. As for the one-moon phase, on January 4th, 2026, we're looking at a waning gibbous moon with an impressive 98% illumination. This means our nights will be very bright, While some fishing folklore suggests that the period around a full moon can stimulate feeding, the intense cold will likely be the dominant factor, causing fish to conserve energy rather than feed aggressively. Overall fish activity will be reduced. Most species will be sluggish, holding in deeper, more stable water. While some Atlantic salmon runs might be beginning in rivers like the Y and D, the conditions will be challenging for them. Considering the extreme cold snap and the stable, bright conditions, I'm putting our overall catch assessment for January 4th, 2026 at capricious to weak B. Fish will be conserving energy due to the sharp drop in temperature and the overall cold forcing them into deeper water. However, the clear skies mean that if you can find them, you might get a bite during the brief warmest periods of the day. So, my friends, it's going to be a tough day, but not an impossible one. Remember your layers, stay warm, and focus on those slower, deeper presentations. Thank you for tuning in for your fishing forecast. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more tips, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to tactics for fishing in freezing conditions? Have you ever had an unexpected monster catch on a super cold day? Share your stories. Until next time, tight lines and may your reels be heavy.